Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm Inko, and it's good to be recording gameplay again. Just look at that peak Pygmalion form. This will be my first game on the new patch, first game in a hot second, and it looks like there's some cool new pig stuff to try. I don't have the new set enabled, don't feel like wasting gems on it. I just want to see how old pig performs in the new patch. Try out some lemonade stand shenanigans, that sort of thing. Now, getting into it, I'm going to go ahead and pick income start because I know what I like when I play pig. I want to be able to pivot between various different options if I can. I'm kind of tempted by just getting a random silver medium as opposed to going to Kina. I think I don't want to play any sort of heal build early. Like, if I play heal, it's probably because I find and transition into lemonade stand. Let's just get a silver medium. There's a lot of silver mediums that can be a... Oh. That's the crate. It's been like a week. Alright, neutral item it is. That's fine. That's honestly not a problem. I can go Pyro in case I end up playing a Matchbox build. Otherwise, I just go Fang to Oinkment because I might be playing Jabalian Drum. And I think that makes more sense. Try to get a Fang in the bank so I can play a better Drum build later. It's fine if I don't have Drum. This is still good average gold value. Going Pyro for speculative Matchbox, my only item right now is Improvised Bludgeon, feels a bit weird. And it's not a terrible item. Slow 2 for 3 every 8 seconds is just fine. It's a massive buff to a Marbles if I can find them. So I'm happy with that. I would obviously have rather Shouted Cloak, but as long as I get, like, you know, a medium item that does something and not just absolute trash. There are so many one-slot items you can get there that would have been terrible for me. I don't feel like I'm favored day one with how my first hours have gone, but then again, I picked income start, so I basically conceded the loss immediately. I have to get very lucky to win day one, no matter what I do. Anyways, do we get the Fang? Yes, actually. Alright, Jabalian Drum is go if we can find one. Which means we do like an Ayla. We have a bunch of weapons to make a Regal Blade good down the line. As much as I like silver medium item, it makes no sense not to go to Ayla here. Jabalian Drum is very good early. Tossed Helm is a bit shit. I don't think I can justify that. Golf Clubs is better. I don't think it's good, though. So I'm going to pass on this. I can't speculatively buy them in case Regal Blade is on the next page. Do want the yo-yo. I do want the boomerang. Still have 10 gold left. I don't think I want to buy Pepper Spray here. I mean, it's just objectively better than the yo-yo, but I'm probably running this in my PvP fight right now. It's not really like how I want my stash to look right before the last hour, but hey, it's fine. This can still technically win. I'm just going to take 2 income. I'm probably losing no matter what I do. So, just secure my late game as much as I can. I have to imagine most Vanessas beat me here. Like, Jabalian Bow is pretty good, but it's next to nothing. Oh, my opponent also has next to nothing. I think Fiery Yeti Crab with a Beach Ball does lose. The Beach Ball is a lot better than it used to be because it's guaranteeing the self-haste now. It depends on whether or not this is enough to proliferate burn and whether or not this has multicast. It looks like we win, actually. I'm very happy to beat an Enchanted start with this trash. He has 5 regen, which does matter, but the multi-slow from the leg is actually pretty hugely impactful. It looks like we just straight up win, yeah. Some part of that might have actually been RNG. If he'd been freezing the leg and stopping me from slowing him, he might have been able to stack burn enough to lose the multicast. It looks like it was just consistent, though. Nice.
Got talent. You should put it.
Well, I'd like to thank the event I didn't mean to click on for carrying that fight. So how many slows would that do? That is 18 seconds of slow from Improvised Bludgeon, man. I essentially cut his output in half with an item I did not even pick. It was just randomly given to me. Thanks, Tempo. I appreciate it. I think it's really important to click Tiny Furry Monster when you can because it's much more unlikely for you to actually get your day 2 level up now. Previously, you could pretty much always beat Rogue Scrapper. Boyer is much tougher. I don't currently beat Boyer. There are some large items I would like to get at Midsworth. But I think I need to do this just for experience reasons. If I want to level up at the end of the day, I kind of have to click that because I'm just not beating Boyer. And it also makes it a lot easier to be leveled up by the end of tomorrow as well. +1 on regen items, +20 heal on heal items. I think I'm going strength here. I'm not like hugely fond of it, but it's sort of how the build works right now.
I'm impressed.
I'm gonna go JJ. I don't like Lickit as a general thing. I'd like to find something better. Well, I don't know if this is right. I'm definitely buying the Marbles. I have the Improvised Bludgeon already. For my PvE fight, I'll definitely be running the Boomerang. And we have the gold to roll. A part of me is like, buy the laser security system. There could be a Regal Blade on the next page, but that's crazy. You can't do that. Couple of heal and regen items. And heal and regen's a lot better than it used to be. just by basis of heal countering damage over time now. I kind of want these. Like, negating 10% of poison and burn every time the bird goes off is massive. I'm gonna take the bandages because I have a Ganjo. I'm gonna take the bird because I think I might be building into something like that. The hot stones will be left on the table. Can I beat Warrior with these defensive items? The answer should be hell no, right? Because Warrior just outscales me, I think. I think I lose. I think the Jabalian Longbow is just, like, never gonna have multicast. It's not gonna get through the shield on the Tusked Helm, and I'm just going to die in Sandstorm. I think I do outscale the damage, just don't do enough elsewhere. So between Coconut Crab and Rogue Scrapper, the extra gold is appreciated. Coconut Crab has a chance of giving me the Crab skill, though, which is very, very powerful. Rust is also very, very powerful, so I'll go for Scrapper instead. Junkyard Club's not a huge deal, Repair Bot's not a huge deal, but I do actually get value out of Scrap and Medkit on this build, so the only real serious misses are Granola Bar and Barbed Wire, rather. Can't talk. And while we wait for the Sandstorm to get here and kill this guy, I've just noticed that I spent so long thinking about Warrior that I forgot to put the Boomerang on my board. Don't worry about it, I'm sure we didn't need the loot item anyway. Looking at how bad this fight's going, actually, maybe I should have scaled up the bow instead, but we do appear to be winning in Sandstorm. Anyway, the point is, call to action. If you do like and sub to the channel, it really does help the channel grow, and I really do tremendously appreciate it. Just got really seriously thrown off by how, like, severely messed up this was. Genuinely, I might have lost that fight if I had run the Boomerang. I think I would have. And I did not realize it was that close. Let's take a look at the recap. Yeah, the Longbow just directly equaled the Repair Bot. It went off afterwards, so it was a slight positive. It was entirely on bandages that we actually won this, I feel like. Jesus. Maybe I should have fought the crab. I didn't realize how weak I was. We'll see if we have to sell that scrap or if we can do something else. We're definitely going Kina here. Early Ledger, but Ledger's worse than ever. I think you still take it. I can sell the scrap, buy the Ledger, and the cash register. That gives me the gold to roll, which I don't mind. I would like to roll, honestly. I'm definitely selling the scrap. I'm definitely buying the Ledger. And I have to sell something to roll. I do think my current build's better than anything involving using the Bludgeon, so I'm going to sell the Bludgeon to make room. Buff the marbles, bring the bird back in. I'm going to need to sell one more thing. That's a little bit painful, actually. I'm still buying the cash register. It's too good in general, and I'm rolling. I'm very glad I rolled. I guess I'm playing the luxury key loss again. I played this before it was cool. Now it just seems like a genuinely good item. Does Ganjo have to go to make use of it? Because I have to, like, actually create inventory space. I definitely don't need this Fang. We're no longer playing Fang or Marbles. Or sorry, Fang or Yo-Yo. Those are both pretty much just right out. Marbles are waiting on my board. The Boomerang's obviously an econ item. I need to sell something. I think I'm just willing to take the day 2 loss to get the key loss. I know I'm not playing either of these ever. I've already got the Ledger, so I can just sell these, pick up the key loss. I kind of want to get the Matchbox and the Hot Stones and just transition to a burn build, don't I? Because, like, those are going to be greatly appreciated during the transition period where I'm using them. So I can bring this in, sell the Longbow, sell the Ganjo, because I have to sell it too, unfortunately. And just buy a Hot Stones Matchbox. Just buy that entire second page. She had every burn item. And seeing as I'm completely broke now and don't really have any inventory space, it seems very reasonable that I should just go to Mountain Pass. It's random now. That's a good enough hit. I don't think the key loss will affect the result of this fight, so I can get my Boomerang in this time instead of being an idiot like last time. And we should be totally fine here. We have healing, shield, he has burn. His burn also comes with damage though, so the shield's not actually very useful against it. But healing's just so much better against any damage over time than it used to be, so I think we should be fine. Although I guess if they have less than 10, it doesn't actually have a difference, does it? 10% and 1 are the same thing as long as it's not over 20. But yeah, we appear to be completely fine here, even with the panic reload. And getting our extra fight means we actually do hit level 3 on time, which is pretty awkward. Because I guess I'm running the Boomerang with that slot. I wasn't expecting to have these inventory slots. That's why I sold the Ganjo.
going easy on
I don't think there was anything else I could have sold, though. I think I had to sell the Ganjo. I'll check that in a second. It might have been a mistake to sell that. Vile Blood's fantastic. We love that. We are so far ahead of XP curve. So I can take this out and run the marbles, which is better because of Matchbox. And I guess my fastest item was just Bird, or... yeah, I have no property, unfortunately. There's no way to trigger Ledger today. I'm going to sell the Wing immediately for cooldown reduction. I have no reason to sell the Blood just yet. 10% max health versus Bronze tier loot item. I feel pretty good on economy, having already picked up the Ledger and cash register. 45 health could be the difference in winning or losing in monster fights that are relatively close. It could be the reason I win a PvE fight. I might actually take this. Generally speaking, 45 health versus 3 gold. I'm going to take 3 gold, but I'm going to take that. I think that's worth doing. I'm very sad I don't have a final item. I'll throw this on board just in case they have a harpoon gun. Not missing anything positionally. The strength is looking a bit silly at the minute, but it was up against basically nothing for a burn build anyway. Remember when I said it was silly to go to Pyro, speculating that I might play a burn build? Anyway, I'm glad I got the health, but I think I'm still dead. Shark Claws is not the one that should be getting right most here, is it? Yeah, no. We do have healing and regen. And burn scales, and he doesn't do anything about it, but I mean, it just doesn't matter. Those are silver shark claws. This hurts. I don't know. Marbles are trying their damnedest. We might just bear... no. Not even close. We needed like another 4 or 5 seconds. Shark claws hurt so bad, man. That's fine. It hurt that we had a chance of winning, but we're currently transitioning into luxury Kiwas incredibly early, so it's not too surprising that we failed it. Don't think there's any world where I get value out of transforming or weapons here. I might click gain 4 gold. I don't see a good transform. We have 3 cells right now. We'll get to 4 after I get my boomerang value. I don't have the money to just like buy, flip random stuff at Ayla, so I'm going to take 4 gold, since Ayla's not the shop for me. Chocolate bars are pretty damn good with an early ledger, aren't they? Sorry, Quixel, you're an expensive roll. And these chocolate bars have a lot of value for me. Although, I didn't think about the inventory space problem. Sell the spare change. 8, 9, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is just enough room. So I can make the decision to get premium chocolate bars if I want to. I genuinely don't think that's right. I don't know, I'm getting a refund partially. 23 gold feels like way more gold than I need, and 13 gold, because I'm going to be selling one of the buff chocolate bars, doesn't feel like quite enough. Is this the rarely seen silver chocolate bars? I mean, it sounds like it is. I don't see why I wouldn't click this based on the arguments I'm making. It just feels very weird, because I otherwise never click this button. So, that's a slightly better key loss now. Still not actually good. Bring this in over... they're all kind of hard to drop. I guess the bird is my weakest one. Do I beat Hoverbike Hooligan? I don't think I do. I can't call it Hoverbike Hooligan. It's either Hooverbike Hooligan or Hoverbike Hulligan. Both of them are wrong. I mean, it just beats me into the ground, right? There's just like no shot. Degenerate has bad rewards and fighting Rogue Scrapper again. I would very much like to have beaten Hoverbike Hooligan there. I just don't know that I do. Now that all the hard fights are genuinely harder, I do think it's much more important to click on fight events than it used to be, weirdly enough. Like, the less experience you get from normal gameplay, the more valuable a fight gets. So even though Mountain Pass is less likely to give you a fight, it feels even more important to click on it when I see it, huh? Although, admittedly, I don't know what the 10% negative is just yet, but it can't be bad enough to make me not click it. Fights are just so valuable. And yeah, like, we stack burn, but not a lot of it. At 25 seconds, we were at 20 burn. Like, if our opponent has any healing item, that's just called not stacking burn, right? Rust is very good. I'm happy with that.
It's all about motivation.
Upgrade a bronze tier item. I can get 2 income on spare change. That seems like the wrong call. I can get better loot items. Appreciate the crit chance. What's this at? It's fine. Or I can give this slightly more scaling when I sell a property, which doesn't feel super important, but at the same time, it might be the right thing to do. My counterpoint to that is, no, getting burn skills is probably worse. mean, right now it might be better thanks to the matchbox on my board, right? I'm gonna upgrade this. I don't know that it's actually very good. I don't know that it's right.
The fire softened.
But I have enough income and enough economy generation that I can actually buy and sell properties. Sorry, Cinders, you're great. I have to go to Kina here. Robe is very good. I don't know if I'm able to play it. We're going to figure that out. Need to buy, sell 5. We're definitely upgrading the hot stones. That's just a tremendous amount more burn. If I got Robe, the positioning would be like this. Actually, is it faster than 5 seconds? Probably not if it's next to marbles. I am buying the Robe. I just have the money to do it. I don't think I can scale a silk reasonably fast. Definitely want the rewards card and the bootstraps, huh? This is a property, isn't it? So I want all of it. That's a problem. We're at 5. I can buy, sell this for 4 gold to gain 5 burn on the Kiwas. If I do that, I go down to 9. I can't afford the rewards card. I have to sell something. Also worth noting, the Snow Globe is just genuinely good for me right now because it's going to give multicast the birds, speeding up the Robe, giving me more poison cleanse. Maybe the bootstraps are bait, but they're so early, it's hard to imagine they're bait. But then stash base problems, maybe they are. Because I'd have 2 spots left, right? In fact, I'd have negative spots left, counting the rewards card. I think I passed the Snow Globe, man. I think I used the reward card with the Kiwas. Like, it's so early in the run and so much value. I can't buy that Snow Globe, man. I just can't do it. Obviously, this has stash-based limitations, but that's always the case playing Pig. Eat at Fens to get max health. I'm quite broke. I can get 1 value going to Andy, or I can just take 5% health and regen. Surprisingly, every option on Finn is good currently. The 1 additional value on Kiwas at Andy is tempting. I'm nowhere near triggering my ledger, though, so I don't think I should care too much. I'm gonna go to Finn.
Now this is healthy.
10 shield does sound nice, but 5 regen... I think 5 regen is just gonna be better for a long, long time. Like, the Robe is just not that fast, the bandages are just not that fast. It is another Pig. Keep my rewards card on the board for style points, not that it does anything.
See these tusks.
He's not even in peak physical form. I'd be ashamed. He does have less health than me, and more crit than me. Oh, never mind. Wrong starting skill, huh, buddy? Alright, if Jabalian Drum with all of the bronze items beats me, I will feel very confident that Jabalian Drum is much better early game than this Pilot Jank. But I don't actually know that it does. Like, Robe is very... God damn, that hurts. No, it definitely beats me. Robe is trying its best, but it's not doing nearly enough.
I bet I'll see you again.
Yeah, that just... Silver Jabalian Drum and every multicast weapon is just enough, huh? I'm not too surprised to lose to like an early drum, but I am a little bit sad about it. That's fine. We scaled. It's totally fine. Nothing bad is happening. I don't need to sell those yet, though I'd probably sell them immediately. Let's go to Kina, get our rewards card value. Upgrading Matchbox is fine. It does make me a little bit sad because now Sylvia can't dupe my Matchbox, but it's not a problem. Going to have to sell 1 coin here guaranteed because that's going to give me room to buy the jewelry, which I can put on my board. Is there a way to buy the pawn shop? Stash space says no. The thing is, pawn shop doesn't take that long to be net 0. And that means I can get the value scaling here. I basically have to sell my cash register, which is a lot of income lost. It's a lot less triggers on ledger, it's a lot less money per day. Matchbox builds have a really hard time running Boomerang. I'm okay selling the Boomerang. And that's important because if I sell the Boomerang, I can then pick up Pawn Shop.
Enough, friend. But I'm glad
I need to sell 3 more before that triggers. I can sell this. Pick up the jewelry. Upgrade the Matchbox. And be on my way. We can go to Andy literally just to get the plus value. Shield on an NPC fight, huh? I mean, honestly, I think I beat all of them except Flame Juggler, and Flame Juggler, the shield would be the reason I win. I think with shield, I beat every hard fight today, so I'm going to click the shield here as opposed to the other options. We definitely beat Marianas. put in this because it's a marginally better build, I suppose. The main reason to do that was because of the 1 in 4 that it allows me to take Flame Juggler for 2 bonus experience, as opposed to not getting to fight Flame Juggler. Because I'm pretty confident that Flame Juggler's starting burn is just so high now and he has so much health that I actually would lose if I relied on Robe to outshield it. I don't know that that's true, but it felt that way. I also felt a little bit doubtful about this guy. I was not sure if I actually beat him without the starting shield. So far, he still hasn't gotten through the starting shield. I'd have about... it's close. I would have died without the starting shield.
King will avenge
Glad I clicked it. I was a little bit doubtful. I wasn't talking about it, but I was like, man, I don't even really know if I beat Hydro Dude. Sorry, Prince Marianas. Apparently I don't. Diamond Coconut, huh? This was the concern when I did this. I think the answer is the cash register has to go. And we are going to swap this in, move it over. I guess I'm going to have to put it on the rewards card? No. I'm going to put it on the bandages, because the bandages will get sold at some point. This does assume that we're actually selling this immediately, which we might not. We might be able to transform it. Well, I have done well with lethargy on a Kiwas build before, but right now I'm a Matchbox build, and that feels like it hurts me more than it helps me. 4 gold to roll when I'm broke does kind of suck, though. And I am building into Kiwas more than anything else. Move this over before I forget about it and go to a shop after getting lost in thought. It's not an obviously good lethargy right now. I think down the line this will be great. Right now I feel kind of embarrassed about having it on my board. I can get 1 gold, go to Sylvia, potentially upgrade some important items. The issue is I can't afford to roll there. I have very, very little value. I'm clicking Mountain Pass again. Oh! That's a lot of gold! That is like a game-changing amount of gold. That is a lot more than I expected. I wonder if that's scaled today. I would hope it is. Is the Kiwas a tool? It is. Do I even care about upgrading it? A little bit. Chocolate bars are good. Stash base is a problem. They're really good right now, actually. The issue, of course, is there's literally no way to fit them on the board, right? It's actually not immediately obvious to me that I should be going all in on the Kiwas and trying to generate economy instead of doing this and just trying to play both of them. And of the two, I think it's probably more likely I play a pawn shop build having gotten it this early. Like, I wasn't really thinking about pivoting out of Kiwas into pawn shop. I just picked it up because it's an obvious economy choice. But now that I look at it further, maybe it's just better. Obviously not yet. It's kind of bad right now. Pawn shop also has more obvious synergy. Like, the max health build is just clearly good with the lemonade stand, and I do want to play lemonade stand. Which all of this really makes me want to go to chocolate bars, but that basically means I have to pivot into them now. So let's start figuring out what that board looks like, right? If this is my day 4 board, I'm expecting to lose. It's probably better with these. These items are much faster. They give me a better matchup into poison and burn. Robe is something I would like to have, but for stash space reasons, I'm cutting it to run a pawn shop. Still though, I think this might be the right thing to do. So let's get back on track. We need to set up our board. I think the value on the luxury Kiwas matters less than the pawn shop, so I'm going to do it the other way around. And I am going to sell Robe, Coconut, Jewelry, scale both of these values, and then go to chocolate bars. It's been good knowing you, Coconut. It was a neat idea. It's not happening. And we can get premium chocolate bars here, which will push bootstraps. Will give me more max health, more time for my shit build to do its job, less money to actually do what I want to do in the future. I'm taking bronze. This is certainly not what I thought my board would look like today. But, it's not necessarily terrible. What is this? I don't know how much health I have. I've got 1262 health on day 4. Decent pile of burn stuff, lethargy for my opponent. Upgraded marbles, kind of. I don't know. I'm bad, but I'm not awful.
too big for you to steal.
How's the Kiwas actually coming along? I think it's still like 12 burn or something, right? 11. It's in the double digits. I mean, it's no Silver Shark Close or Cold Vanessa's Amulet, but it's doing its best. Don't be mean to him. Shiny Grappling Hook. How early was this? He just got it. But yeah, I don't stand a chance. Just... I mean, especially if he crits every single attack on this, but it doesn't really matter. I think even with terrible crit RNG, I still just lose. Like, it does feel bad to see, like, all the crits on his biggest item, but it doesn't matter. I was 100% dead, I think. And that's fine. We scale. We're going to come back in the late game. We're definitely not going to go out at 7 wins and get destroyed by pigs that high rolled harder than us. 5 gold, transform, heal, and regen. Alright, before I forget, let's get this in. I do think I care more about pawn shop value. Maybe not. Maybe I just need to hit a critical mass of burn that I'm not at yet. I think pawn shop is less important than Kiwas right now. So let's upgrade that. Go to heal and regen. Restorative hogwash. I mean, it's kind of a lot to ask. This is getting weird. I wasn't supposed to spend 24 gold on a property and not sell it here. I originally really wanted to buy this restorative hogwash, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, don't I want any other enchant on a hogwash? Because they trigger when you heal or regen. This is the only enchant that actually just goes off every 5 seconds. Obsidian's crazy. When you heal Arcane Regen, deal damage equal to this item's heal. What the hell? That's so far from okay. And yeah, Fiery and Toxic are the same thing. Like, this is just... If I see any of those with a hogwash and a pawn shop, I would just re-enchant it and go to the moon, though. And for the time being, Restorative's not bad. Like, it's just doubling the item's value. It's just so expensive. That's the problem. I would much rather have seen a normal silver hogwash here. I think it's buy, sell the vineyard, sell the rest of these items, and buy the hogwash. Yeah, okay. There's no way to get through this with the vineyard, right? Like when I sell all of these, I probably shouldn't have sold the rewards card, but oh well. When I sell all of those, I go up to 35. That is just barely not enough to hold the vineyard, right? I need 36. Sorry, the rewards card's an obvious mistake. It's not a huge deal because bronze rewards card just doesn't do that much. But if it had been worth 1 more gold, I would have actually been willing to do it just to get the vineyard. Although if that's the case, I should have just bought the vineyard first and not been an idiot. But here we are. We made multiple mistakes in that sequence, but it's fine. Get the hogwash. Oh right, we needed to sell all of our garbage to make sure bootstraps didn't upgrade anything important. That was the reason I was doing it. I don't know, I think upgrading the rewards card to silver would have been fine. Especially now that I have no bronze items to upgrade, but that's fine. Alright, not how I expected my board to be looking, but it's probably fine. Chocolate bars are great with pawn shop. They're also great with a ledger. Cinders are good. I'm going pawn shop instead. Or sorry, chocolate bars. Same thing, it's like the same sentence really. Scovile should get wrecked with the healing changes, right? I'm gonna sell all of this now in case it actually matters. I don't think it will. I think we just easily beat Scovile because this bird just says no to burn. I don't know that I'm as strong as I think I am, but like 20 burn every 8.8 is not minor. Also, it is worth noting that I'm gaining max health, so that's probably good. That goes all for like 50 burn, and then I immediately start purging it, and it's not as much purge as I was hoping it was, actually. I'm dead. I'm 100% dead. That is unfortunate, for sure. Like, the bird's trying its best. The heal rework does make this closer. But this Kiwas does only deal 20 burn. It needed to deal 40 to win that. Well, you have to learn lessons the hard way sometimes. Lessons like, hey, yo, the board doesn't actually deal damage. Economic seminar every time. There's just too many massive hits from coming here. I would call those pretty massive hits, honestly. Oh no! I didn't realize I was leveling up. Wait, no, it's fine. I had a spear slot. I thought it was out. I think I can sell that boomerang immediately. I probably still just take 2 gold income here. I don't know. The silver loot is valuable. The money tree is actually worth holding in my stash. This is effectively a cash register that scales its value, right? Because you level up once a day. Or at least you're supposed to when you're not throwing your fights. Don't worry about that. The boomerang's never hitting my board. I can't possibly run it. I'm going to be selling this before the day ends. And I am going to take the income, I think. The loot item's not clearly wrong, but I like the income for the options that scale off income later, although I'm not playing weapons, so maybe I shouldn't like that option. That's it up, JJ. There's plenty of items to be happy to find.
Place, right?
Oh, hey, the boomerang's back. I can just flip this for 1 value. It's not completely crazy. I think with the ledger at 9, it definitely makes sense, right?
Now,
Like, that is a not insubstantial amount of value in the fight. It was probably worth doing regardless of the exact value the ledger was at. Gumball machine, huh? The issue with that is I'm kind of really low on gold. I don't think I want the gumball machine, to be honest with you. I know it's good with the ledger, but I don't have a high tier ledger. I'm probably using my upgrade guaranteed to gold on bootstraps, which means it's going to take a while to get everything else to gold. I don't actually want any of that. I think I'm good. Not good in terms of the quality of my build. They're at 0 wins, so I stand a chance. I'm basically at 0 wins. My only win is on day 1. But, the build's not in a good spot right now.
But if you insist.
Sniper rifle at 405? I think I just beat that. I don't think that does enough. Oh, it does have 2 scaling items next to it, though. Which, you know, with how sniper rifle works, even at silver tier is a bit scary. I am scaling my max health, though, which is noteworthy. Oh, but he purges 10% of his burn every time he shoots the sniper rifle now. Which makes this much more complicated. I think I'm just dead, actually. No, the second shot doesn't kill me. Does come close, like distressingly close. Just didn't make the sound effect when it hit the second time. I think that means I scaled my health enough that it's no longer technically a big hit. And he should die just before it goes off, I think. I'm fine either way, it doesn't matter. I say this. I'm not fine either way.
Fall like a bull.
The lifesteal just barely keeps him alive. I feel like there have been a couple of really close fights here that have just been kind of unfortunate to watch. It's fine, we scale. We're going to the moon in the long run. It's the pig mentality. It doesn't matter how much you lose. Sells apparel from any hero. Yeah, but there's chocolate bars on the table. Admittedly, less chocolate bars on the table than there used to be. I could have sold the money tree to get +5 burn and I would have won that fight. I kind of feel like most fights would not be the difference if I sold money tree. I do want to sell the money tree before the end of the day. The problem is that, like, if I hold this until after my monster fight and level up, I get another spare change, and that's 9 gold that I lose by selling it now. So I don't really want to sell it, but 6 regen's just worse than 3 chocolate bars. What could apparel from any hero even give me? I don't want to spend 6 gold rolling that, man. I could sell the bootstraps. Everything is at silver. And realistically, if I'm playing Pawn Shop, I need to upgrade Pawn Shop to gold when I level up. For the sake of switching my board around easily, since positioning doesn't matter for fights, I'm just going to do it like this so that it's easy to swap back and forth when I need to sell things. I think I actually do sell the bootstraps here. Upgrading them to gold is going to result in me having a better board in like 10 days, but I need to get my shit together right now. Yeah, I'm going to give up on bootstraps. If I find them at gold, I'll gladly pick them up, but I can't afford to use my guaranteed upgrade on them, and they don't do anything right now at silver. So I sell those, and I pick up chocolate bars. I'm not buying cranium. I want to use my gold for other things. I don't have to sell yet, so I'm not going to. Small shield, temp boost, medium items. Medium it is.
Time. I'm pretty late.
That's nice.
I used to offer
Sana is a property, correct?
But people thought it was weird.
Yes. So we can sell these chocolate bars to make room for it, pick up the property, and flip it. Don't want that robe.
I like the exercise.
Beehive is also here. I find bees boring, just fundamentally. I have other cool stuff going on, so I'm not going to look at the bees. But they are a property, just like the balcony. I could buy both of them. And to do that, I need to make room. I buy the beehive.
Right for you.
Oh no.
I want you to be
Okay, it didn't go off. I was pretty far away from triggering it. Thank Christ. I sell the busy bee, and then I buy the balcony.
Well, this
Shit.
is embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, Pig. You're right. I would like to get one more sell, but there's no way to do it without hurting myself, so I'm just gonna have to give up on that second busy bee. Then we buy the balcony,
that on my back,
and we flip it too.
trot it to your door.
Interesting game, interesting. Not quite what I had in mind. So the Kiwanis is notably bigger than it was a second ago, so is Pig himself. I feel like we managed to convert our gold really meaningfully there, and I feel comfortable against Loan Shark now.
Get back is tomorrow.
Maybe I'm crazy, but Loan Shark did get nerfed. These claws no longer buff themselves. He's still a tough guy, but like I scale my max health value, I have a ton of healing, my burn values are huge, he doesn't heal. His shield's just going to mitigate 1 tick and then immediately be gone. I think we're good. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna end this fight. I can't tell what health I'm at, actually. Probably over 1,000 health, but it's hard to keep track of where I am because my max health is adjusting on top of my current health. Yeah, 1,700, crushed him. Oh man, if I had won my PvE fight yesterday, I might have leveled up and won my PvP fight. Losing the scope might have actually cost me that win rather directly. That's unfortunate.
Now that's given up.
Upgrade a silver tier lower item, and we know who it is. It is the pawn shop.
Feel the difference? That's some masking craft.
See Mountain Pass, click Mountain Pass, and live by it. Rewarded again. I don't think there's anything from this fight I care about. Broken Shackles is better, still terrible, not a weapon build. Obsidian Fang could be transformed, but like into what? Realistically, Eagle Talisman for the Kiwas is what I want the most. Barring that, give me a Pelter and Obsidian Fang. But most of this is trash. I'm really just happy to be getting 2 XP out of the jump. Out of the jump is like just incredibly old, very confusing, faster than light terminology. These are not jumps, these are hourly events. I don't even know what to call them.
To let you stop me.
Pelt is good though. Small non-weapon, work at the docks, Andy. We're at 1, so that's not gonna be triggering again today. I'm happy going to Andy, just seeing what he has to offer. There are some very good items he could have. Oinkment's not incredible, but like it's better than Hot Stones, certainly, right? It's gotta be. Yeah, it's better than Hot Stones. I also want that Signet Ring. We're not triggering this here. So I sell that, buy the Oinkment, buy the Signet Ring. It is worth rolling. Don't care about Pepper Spray, just for pushing this a tiny bit. We can probably run Crystal Bonsai in some PvE fights and gain money from it. The Piggy Bank is also good in its own way. Want to hold this indefinitely. I'm probably just selling all of this for pawn shop health before the fights. The question is just, what's this at? 2? It's not going to get me any more value on Kiwas. The question to me is just, do I want to buy Crystal Bonsai? Yeah, that's going to be a pretty big net gain to economy.
Tell everyone you got it here.
That is, in my eyes, totally worth it. Sell these for pawn shop value. Do I think it's ever right to pick up the Piggy Bank? It's just break even after a couple of hours. How many hours specifically? After 4 hours, it is break even, requiring 4 inventory spaces. That requiring 4 inventory spaces bit is a problem, though. There is value to be gained from selling items. I'm probably selling the bonsai after my PvE fight anyway. I think this is barely worth it.
Wanna buy that? I mean,
It's not like hugely impactful one way or the other, but I do think it helps. All right, it is a 2-win Vanessa, but I think I have finally turned the corner. That needs to be true, because I think I exactly die if I haven't.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Yeah, we would like to not be dead here. I am very glad to have the Oinkment against this build. The keg is pretty scary because I am, like, sort of the exact build that gets fucked by it pretty hard. It didn't crit or anything, so we should have a chance. The build is trying so hard, but it just hurts so much when the keg goes off, and I don't think we do enough cleansing, even despite the Oinkment. Like, I've tried so hard to counter exactly this, and it just isn't quite enough. Maybe it is? Am I gaining health yet? No, I'm still very slowly losing health. Yeah, I die in Sandstorm 100%. Oh, man. This is what I mean when I say I don't think Oinkment's a good card. It's like, yeah, Oinkment halves the incoming burn and poison. That doesn't mean it makes you when it gets burned and poison. So, quick check. Yeah. Weatherglass just dealing a casual 380 poison. Going off 20 times like you do. Gonna say, I don't think the healing changes have necessarily made any major difference in the efficacy of poison based on that first fight. I don't think that's necessarily true, though. I think they're still good.
And be stronger for it.
When you heal or regain a regen, deal 5% of your health as damage. Also, just put it on Kiwas, though, right? I mean, we're going Sanguine Valley every time. It's just a question of, Do I want to deal 5% of my health as damage, which cannot crit? Or do I want to deal 10 times this burn value? Probably 10 times this burn value, right? It's got to be luxury Kiwas, because if I can get like a phonograph and continue scaling this up, it's a complete win condition on its own.
This pork roast's almost done.
Surf and Safari, you say? I'm very interested. We probably want to sell the money tree by the end of the day. What are we at on the ledger? Not too close to doing it. It'll probably trigger when I get to sell that piggy bank.
If you survive it.
10% crit chance on that's not terrible, but I think you can just do so much better at Zerfin. I can cash in a ton of gold here, so I am going to roll. Yeah. I can get a bit of regen, I can get a bit of income. Zerfin can give you such crazy, crazy items, and I've gotten basically trash. I am going to take Waters of Infinity. It is not nothing at all, but it's not nearly as good as some of the hits you can hit. Some of the hits you can hit. He is a lyrical genius. I am a wordsmith. Well, we're happy to go to Moorland here.
Hello, land.
We kind of want to find and sell properties. That's the whole deal. Pig's Gem is just able to be a good economy item now, I realize. Like, it's much better as an item now that they tripled the weapon scaling, but they did that by tripling the value scaling, so it can just be an economy engine the way Pawn Shop is now, which is neat. I'm about to level up, so once again, I really don't want to sell the tree just yet. But I mean, 7 value for every property I buy and sell is kind of a big deal. Like, the tree is always going to be about to gain 9 more value. That's never going to change. Move this down just so I don't mess it up inevitably. Goodbye, money tree. You've been fantastic. I bought that thing for 4 gold. It was a screaming deal. And I think I just have to buy the 12 gold wins and roll. I don't know if I roll. I don't know if I buy the stained glass window. It is cooldown reduction, and my life is on the line at this point. I'm definitely going to buy, sell Pig's Gem, and I'm going to buy, sell the Igloos. Let's get those done. I cannot say no to that. That's absolutely certain.
I'll waive the inspection. I am...
Now, 8 gold for this scaling might be a bridge too far. I don't know if I have that kind of money. However, it also might be true that I can just run this. I can't run it in my NPC fight because of Crystal Bonsai. Well, I can. It's at an opportunity cost. 10% cooldown reduction is just not that much, and because it's basically making my hogwash useless, it's not actually a good item for me. The flip side is, buying this is probably better than rolling unless I hit an upgrade, or a different item I will want more than hogwash. Which, like, in its defense, the Lemonade Stand is probably better than hogwash, but I don't know if I care about that. I do think I roll just for a chance at early diamond pawn shop. Oh, we also have some medium properties here, which is very nice. I was not expecting to make gold on that roll. Forts. Kiwas. Welp. Can I make all of that happen? What's the board look like with the fort? You're my fort stand-in. Oh, it looks very similar. It looks like what it just was, doesn't it? These no longer scale us. They're just on the board to make us... Oh, they're actually getting the multicast from the fort, which is kind of funny. But yeah, they're just here to fill out the space with the fort. So I need 4 plus 4 plus 24. I need 32 gold. And I have that just by selling this. So, goodbye, Restorative Hogwash. You've been fun.
For a man of ambition.
This is not going to be my board in the PvE fight. I don't want to forget that. And we can buy, sell the sauna, buy, sell the snow globe, and multicast the Kiwas. Let's fucking go. Okay, so obviously the part where I have 1 win, terrible. Not good at all. However, rest of the build's looking pretty sick. I've got to go to day 16, but like if a build's gonna do it, Lethargy, Fort, Obsidian Kiwas, Pawn Shop's the sort of thing that can go the distance. Swear to God, I've done this build before. At least something close to it. Anyway, I know I beat Shock Trooper, but I just want to go for Thug for a chance at Bonk. Let's see if we can get this to Diamond, Bonk, and have the maximum 6-second enemy cooldown. If I have the chance, I've got to go for it. Also, he's just generally got really good rewards. Spices is obviously good with Fort multicasting it and an Obsidian Kiwas. Bar of Gold is infinite money. The rest of this tends to be a decently high average gold value. Oh, that just kills them at this point in time. That's right, yes. I've scaled it up rather tremendously and then given it multicast, haven't I? I didn't realize they die when that goes off today. I'll try to hold that for a little bit, but it's not going to work out. I just go weapon skills, don't I? This comes back in. I'm probably going to sell that to roll weapon skills immediately. It's not shield skills. Gold tier is pretty wildly volatile, but weapon skills can give me... All right, aside from lifesteal, specifically like one lifesteal weapon skill, what else can it give me? Crit chance, honestly, which is more than enough. I'm kind of just going to weapons for exactly quality over quantity for lifesteal. Oh, I should have clicked on gold. Like, I don't want to see diamond skills. So there's a 6 out of 20 at lifesteal here. Assuming equal odds, which isn't actually true. The issue is there's a ton of gold skills I don't care about. Like, I think there's even more skills that are generally not useful for me. Minimalist doesn't work for me because I made this into a weapon. I'm gonna take my low odds at crit chance work lifesteal. Let's fucking go. Part of the reason I was so willing to do this is I kind of feel like having the lifesteal massively increases my chance of winning consistently to day 16. Like, I have no defenses and I'm probably not getting them. I ignore the fact that I cut all poison and burn by 75% every 8 seconds. No defenses other than that. And also my massively increased health. Ignore all of my defenses other than my massive amount of defenses. That's what I'm getting at. I lost track of things, so I was being an idiot. Ledger is at 2. Not going off today. That seems like easy chocolate bars to me, which means we're selling this immediately. Ledger's at 3, goes up to 8. Don't have to worry about it. Sharpening stone, mandala, and 8. Seems like an easy Andy then. I'm not sure what the ideal final item is. Oh, that's so awkward. It's actually not that bad. Because we can just sell this or sell the piggy bank. Which does mean that I am going to manage to trigger this. The piggy bank generates 2 gold per hour. The crystal bonsai generates 6 gold per fight. In the next 4 hours, I only have 1 guaranteed fight, so it seems like the piggy bank would be worse. But it does give me the value now. Long term, like super min-maxy, I think that I don't want to sell either of these. Oh, you know what? It's the bird, right? I sell the bird because if I die, the run's over. Yes, that is correct. Okay. I sell the bird. Upgrade the signet ring.
A smart one for your size.
And this just doesn't trigger today, unfortunately. But there's no harm in having crystal bonsai on my board if I die on a loss. So yeah, just put that shit in. No risk anymore. Oh god, it's another pig. This one doesn't have an enchant though, so I feel pretty thoroughly advantaged. Like, look at his skin. Look at peak Pygmalion form over here. He doesn't stand a chance. Spiky shield is a little bit scary, but I mean, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Right before it goes off, I clear all of his shield and kill him. The killing part's probably more important. You have a shielded scarf. Kev hooked this man up. Yeah, thankfully, we just barely got there. There's like 0.3 second gap between, this goes up at 9.5, then I clear it 0.3 seconds later, and then he uses spiky shield 0.4 seconds after that. Very rapid series of events that needed a timeout right for me for that to work. That's just a terrifying way for a fight to go. I'm really living on the edge over here. Anyway, I've lived by it for this long. I think I'm gonna keep buying chocolate bars. Which means it's time to trigger this Kiwas. Or sorry, trigger this ledger. I think I'd have lived unless it crit. I didn't check the crit chance. Economic items are generally pretty good, but Finn's Big Bite does get better with pawn shop builds. That said, I kind of am of the opinion that my health is already going to be so good that I don't need to go to Finn's Big Bite, and I'd much rather go get a bunch of economic items because those can be properties. Like this, and this, and this. So, sell all of these. 7 item slots. This is at capacity. It will not get better than this. Sell all of these. They're gonna go off. Yes. All right. Definitely buy, sell the ATM. It's a little bit sketchy at gold, but it's income, so with how long the run has to go, why not? Definitely buy, sell the gym. Space Scraper at 24 gold flip. Seems a little bit too much to ask.
A golden seed, my friend.
These other two, definitely good deals. Very happy with those. I don't think it's worth a 4 gold roll having only 9 left. I can go up to 11, 13. That's enough to buy a silver property at large. I'm willing to do that. You can also get VIP pass, which isn't actually that useful. For a second, like, oh wait, open sign can scale the damage of this off the value of that, and then I realized they have the same value, and I'm already 10x, or 20x rather, the value scaling. So that's a little bit unnecessary. I think Oinkment upgrades actually don't do anything. It's not giving me a tooltip, but it's 2 times your gold, right? Yeah, if the cooldown went down, I'd be hyped to sell, but with only increased healing, who cares? VIP pass should be good. But I don't actually know if it even manages to trigger. It should manage to trigger. And I don't need Oinkment for my PvE fights, so we're gonna try this. It's a tiny, tiny amount of gold gain. It doesn't really matter. We should crush Dragon, no issue whatsoever. And this has enough health that I'll actually get to trigger my VIP pass, thankfully. It has Diamond Draconic Rage now. Oh, wait. Did Draconic Rage just go to Diamond? It used to be 10 on the tier Dragon had, didn't it? The patch notes mentioned this going up to Diamond. I wonder if there's just not a gold one anymore, because it used to be 10 to 20. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and the patch notes just didn't convey that correctly. Regardless, I think we gained our value. Yeah, we gained our 2 value. Oh. Cool. I honestly think that does almost nothing on this particular build. Definitely taking 14 gold here. Who are you? Improve your shield items. I don't know what he does. But gumballs are so good for my build. I'm pretty sure he's going to be roughly equivalent to Form. And Form had, like, give your shield items, or sorry, give your weapons crit, enchant your weapon with a random thing. Like, it's a good thing. But Fort's enchants aren't going to matter, unless he specifically has enchant with Deadly. After searching the Reddit and the wiki, I genuinely can't tell what this man does. I'm going to go Gumball Machine, though, because I am a build that is... Hello? My game no longer is responding, like at all. I alt-tabbed and it did not approve. I can click on my board. I can report bug. I just can't do anything else. One hard restart later, we can play the game again. I'm very sure this is wrong. I'm going to go to the Gumball Machine. Now, unfortunately... Oh, wait, I do have the ability to make room. Thank God. So I can just do this, move these over, sell a coin, and buy gumballs 5 at a time. Which is the only way that this event is remotely enjoyable to use. Cannot say no to 10 items with a gold pawn shop and a ledger. Sells max health items. Man. It's hard to say no to that. No reason not to sell all of these now. This is an econ item. This goes off the board. These come back in. Upgraded bronze item does nothing. Surprise B1 and B2 even show up this late. 3 gold chocolate bars is fine. But I am strongly tempted by the possibility of, like, you know, a belt. Lion Cane is a 6-second cooldown. When this goes to Diamond, it would become multicast, unfortunately. It needs to be 7. Wait, I have Lethargy. It's multicast already. And I can get, like, a globe for passive max health scaling. I think it's worth coming here.
Training or somebody to listen.
Oh yeah, I can also just upgrade the pawn shop directly, which is pretty neat. I need 32 gold to run both of these. Which, you know, seems hard to argue with, right? The issue is my economy is not that good for scaling this much higher if I sell this right now. This doesn't go to Diamond for several days otherwise, though. Yeah, I'm going to sell this. It seems crazy not to sell it and make this purchase.
You got this.
9.2k health day 8. Just seems like my odds of winning are a lot higher, right? I don't necessarily need this. I still have 6.1k health, which is a ton, but 9.2 feels a little bit safer. Although I do lose the Oinkment, which sucks. There's a real argument that I can just do this today. That I don't need to run the belts. My opponent's a 2-win pig just like me. He's probably doing much worse than I am. I'm gonna cheese all the value I can get out of this pass, man. I don't think 3,000 health is gonna be the difference in this fight at all.
I'm not like other
Fiery lemonade stand can be a little bit scary. Shiny diamond matchbox cold room. Cold room's not gonna be great against my exact sort of build. I will note, burn equal to 5% of your health is kind of fucked up. We're okay. Just barely. If by just barely, I mean we absolutely crushed him thanks to Oinkment plus how big this luxury kiosk is. But holy shit, what a terrifying effect. What an absolutely horrifying board. I cannot imagine, like this is why I hate playing pigs sometimes, is this guy's board is insane. This is terrifying to look at. Fiery lemonade stand, shiny diamond matchbox, cold room. Like the rest of the board's not great, obviously. And then it just gets blown out, not even close, by a high roll from another pig.
That's giving them the business.
Conduit does nothing for me. It actively makes my board worse, actually. So we're gonna randomize this.
Considered becoming triangular.
Let me quickly check. I don't think there's anything to check. I think they added bad enchants to Ledger, right? Yeah, undocumented change. They made Ledger not randomize effectively. They just added a bunch of enchants to it that do literally nothing because it doesn't go on your board. So you can't randomize it effectively anymore. No, I gotta be honest, kind of hate that design to death. If you're gonna do that, at least give it enchants that make it worth putting on a board as opposed to half health trigger garbage. I mean, yeah, that just means it's always gonna be the pawn shop and it might get a useless enchant, but there's nothing else to do with it.
Too magnificent.
Is that shiny? Golden, same diff. All right, that's not a useless one. That is very, very far from a useless enchant. I kind of want to just gain 10 gold. I know the experience is right, but I kind of just want to gain the gold.
Is more than a city.
Live by it, man. Chocolate bars every day of the week. It's diamond, golden, pawn shop. Get me the max health scaling. I need to sell something to pick up loot after the fight anyway, but there's no reason to sell it yet. I can sell the minimum possible amount. We crush weapons platform. I don't have a crystal bonds anymore. I had to sell it. For a second, I thought I made a tremendous mistake. Battery would be pretty good. Coolants would be pretty good. Would they? No, they're worse than belt. I guess battery is arguably the best possible thing I could be running, though. Like, I might not want to run belts if I have a golden diamond pawn shop this early and I get the battery. I had hope for a second.
Time to make some sales.
Also, chocolate bar, pick up a cog. Parkoon does exist. I could theoretically sell things for extra money here. What Pygmalion things would I want? Chocoholic, actually. Like, these other two do nothing anyway, so we're going to Pygmalion skills.
This bazaar.
Properties at 10% crit, kind of useless. Damage equal to income, useless. 100 health, that's nothing. Weapon and shield scaling, all for property use, nope. That is a not insubstantial amount of damage. And unfortunately, key loss is not a property, so it's going to be boar market for a decent amount of damage, honestly. Not nothing.
Life skills.
It's essentially 20% more damage as opposed to, like, the absolute insanity that it could have been, but it's fine. Cinders is fine. Andy can sell me a couple of different economy items that I wouldn't mind picking up. I think I just want to take the Cinder, to be honest with you. So sell the cog, pick up the Cinder. Hopefully it's not a bad tier. Hey, that's perfectly fine. Get a property. That's probably just about the best thing I can hope for, right? Let's just get a property. And there's nothing left, so I sell these before the end of the day. And the question is, do I think it's going to matter if I run belt? Honestly, I think it would make my odds of winning worse because I would lose the Oinkment against the max, so we do not run belt here. Any day now. There we go, it finally starts to load. For a second, I started to wonder if I didn't actually click it.
You are a child.
3,000 health to 12.6 thousand. He does have a pretty damn good board. Strength Potion, Double Amber, Incense, Shielded Max Femur, Neophiliac. Lethargy's gonna help me a little bit, but my board will be permanently slowed. Not that it's gonna matter because he's gonna be dead. Oh wait, he might not actually be dead. We have a problem here. Yeah, because I'm permanently slowed and he's shielded and scaling. I might lose. That is unreal that it's even close. He has stopped critting and it looks like I will eventually get another hit off. So we do win, but God, is it closer than it should have been. Oh my God, do we? I think we just barely do. Oh, it's lifesteal. We're fine. That's why we're fine. It's not, like, actually fine, but it's barely fine.
Please, show
Jesus Christ. The permanent slow definitely hurt like hell. Shield enchant also hurt me a lot. If he had a different enchant, I think most of them he instantly dies. But because he's having all of my damage, that's a huge problem. Not all of my damage, but a very substantial portion of it. Belt would have been objectively better there. Been very sad if I lost because of the belt difference. But I mean, maybe most max are femur max, actually. Now that we're late game, maybe I should assume they're playing femur. Small healer, regen, JJ. Aerodrome can give you some crazy shit. There are a lot of medium properties. I think middle is actually perfectly reasonable.
No sale. I want what's right for you.
An 8 gold flip, but I think I'm willing to do that at this point. Oh. Whoops. Yeah, I appear to have put those on the wrong items at some point. I wasn't paying attention during my last ledger trigger. Still, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to roll.
And I'll trot it to your door.
Finally get a ledger upgrade. Thank you.
For a free ride home, but people thought it
At 3, so it's not going to matter. Sell that, pick up the briefcase. It's not quite break even, but it is a lot of sells, and I don't need to sell it yet. Hammock's not property, right? No. Oh, hey, it's middle again. I think I would just prefer chocolate bars straight up, though. It's not going to trigger off of the chocolate bars. It is going to trigger off the chocolate bars to get additional cells when I make room. Let's not mess that up a second time. That was an incredibly close fight against Mac, man. Really wish that would swap instead of forcing itself into my inventory, but oh well. Very slowly making profit off this VIP pass. We do just kill Awakened District. We should be fine there. Your shield items will shield equal the value of your items. Trickle down economics. Trickle down economics is kind of nice if I need a second volley. Prosperity can be okay because it has so much value scaling. I'm of the inclination that I just want to get literally any of the properties for obvious reasons. Although Soul of the District's not actually that terrible with a golden pawn shop. Got a property, love that. That's a big chunk of gold and a big chunk of scaling. Going to sell it immediately and pick up the gumballs. We are at 3 plus 5 is 8. We're gonna go to a store. Don't have any medium items to sell, unfortunately. I'm gonna sell these to make room. Probably should have saved 2 in case I go to Barcoon next. But I am going to buy this pig's gem every time. Theoretically, it could save me some money if I see like an Ayla on the next shop. I don't want to roll here. I don't have the money for it. I'm just gonna leave. We'll see what the next shop is before we go to pig. Or sorry, sell the pig's gem rather. Yep, just gonna sell it now. Tell me that didn't just trigger a ledger. I'm not an idiot, right? Okay, thank God. I can get an extract to trigger these now, but I think I'm better off just going defense with the max health.
This is health food.
Put the belt in.
Literally.
I guess like the shield and health and regen are all kind of irrelevant values, but 1100 health, like, yeah, the value effect, the secondary part's not doing anything, but who cares? I think I just run the belt here. Honestly, if I'm scared of anything, I think I'm scared of, like, stacking burn. Like, I think I just kill a drill build, because I'm running Fort Lethargy. I think this is still the best setup against the dueling.
See these tusks, right?
Also, I just have so much health. It's hard to imagine the belt's going to be the difference. Bulldozer, Dualtron, definitely moderately scary, but bugs get hurt so badly, I'm not even a little bit worried. Like, if this beats me, I don't even understand. Because eventually, the Kiwas will go off and do that. Now, Dualtron does have all of the burn, but he's basically dead just from the Kiwas trigger. I do need to scale this up more, though. I need this to one-shot people with like 8,000 health, and it's currently nowhere near doing that, and might never get to do that. So we might have to transition into like a bonking stick sort of strategy with Pawn Shop, which I wouldn't mind doing. It's just the middles I've seen have not sold Lion Canes. I think I might have skipped a second middle for a candy shop just a second ago, so if I did do that, egg on my face. You have to go Zerfin when you see Zerfin, but he's so expensive.
Nature and nature will.
Counter Strike is very good. Is that just good enough? I think it is.
Right.
It really helps against Drill Dooley and the like in the super late game. I can upgrade Forts, which hurts my opponents more than it hurts me. And I upgrade Belt. I can upgrade Ledger. I genuinely think Belt is the way to go here. We're at a point where the Ledger value, like 2 more value every time I complete Ledger is not the biggest deal. It also makes Middle much worse to have like one of those items go to Diamond tier and stop showing up. So I think taking the Belt here is the way to go. Pearl is a great economy event, generically speaking. I think I'm at a point where I no longer care about using this stuff. This is just an economy option in monster fights. So I hold the Oinkment. I don't know, do I? In the super late game, you're probably seeing Weapon Vanessas, you're probably seeing Drill Dooleys. I don't think you're seeing damage over time Mac on average. I think most of the stuff I'm seeing is not Oinkment in super late game. And even then, I'm still just trying to kill them first, which is hopefully Belt is the way to do that. Ayla can be okay because she can sell me Lion Cane, but everything else is a waste of time. I'm gonna go Pearl, hope for either a crazy item or a good economy event.
Where shall we
This is
start?
not a property. 15% crit chance is not nothing, but I can do way better than that at Pearl. I can just get a property and 8 gold immediately. Is that good enough? Honestly, yes, that's good enough.
That belongs in a museum. But I guess you can keep it.
And I should be able to get super greedy here, I think. And run... Like, 1 second, we're gonna figure this out. I think I can do something like this. Where I get the VIP pass scaling, I get the property glass, or sorry, the property scaling off stained glass window. I just kill it with Kiwas, and then I sell it later. So yeah, we can Bully Awaken District again, clean some value out of this. We should be completely, totally safe, because this takes 15 seconds to go off, so we just kill it before that goes off every time, and even if we miss somehow, we'll kill it on the second swing. I think we're still very, very strong. It's just that I have 5 more days. When you're locked into winning on day 16, I'm so worried about actually winning on day 16. I'm trying to find something crazy to push me further. Sure. It's a Grandmaster to upgrade Lethargy like I always wanted. We're probably about to sell something and trigger this, so I'm just going to set my board up first. Let's go to Grandmaster. Oh my god, we did it. Now, Counter-Strike is pretty good at Diamond, I will admit. But I think just for bricking my opponent's builds even harder, maybe I go Lethargy. The counterpoint to this is stuff that does like percent cooldown reduction, like Silencer and Balcony, are actually getting proportionally better for my opponent if I keep upgrading Lethargy. This is already enough to slow down my opponents a lot. I don't know that taking Lethargy to the next level is actually better than just upgrading Counter-Strike. Well, the thing is, if I upgrade Counter-Strike, right, it changes the number of items it charges. I only have 2 items. So we're gonna go Lethargy and stop being wishy-washy about it then. Heal and regen, weapon skills, diamond skills. Easy diamond skills.
If you know you are the best, it's not humility, a deception.
Don't have heal and regen items. 900 health isn't nothing, but it's not a lot. And I sadly do not freeze right now. So I am going to have to roll that. Oof. Rightmost item plus 30% crit chance, you say.
Olin had a saying, power is wisdom.
Not so much of an oof then. Improve your burn items? It's against Gumballs and get a property. I would like to spend my whole day doing all 3 of these things. Odds are very, very good that Gumball Machine or property is the right thing to do here. Like, +7 values a ton. Getting this and pushing this 10 whole stages is probably even better. But, I kind of just want to go see what that person does. So I'm going to go to Flambe. Your leftmost burn item gets 25% crit chance. Seems incredible. Yeah, so it's not highlighting. I'm going to put it all the way to the left in case this is bugged in some way. Crit chance 13. Flambe just doesn't work. I'll report that bug. Sick. Definitely a lot worse than Gumball Machine then. because my life is on the line, and I genuinely think with how much belt represents at this point, I would never run Oinkment. I'm going to sell Oinkment because the other options give me value scaling in the long run. So we sell the Oinkment to trigger the ledger. We bring this in. All of this is value scaling stuff I never want to sell. We have 1 million health. Our opponent also stabilized late. Feel a lot better with a 70% chance to crit instead of 45, but here we are. Just got conned.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Oh, that's one of the penalty skills. I saw this on Reddit. Tortuga is pretty scary, and he is silenced, but he doesn't have, like, the craziest setup. I feel like this is just fair in a way that my build is not. Like, yeah, it's gonna go off pretty quickly once the friends start triggering. But I think I just out-damaged the shield rather massively, lifesteal its damage, and crush him. Oh, he has time to tinker. I was like, what on earth is causing all that ruckus? Anyway, I do have 31,000 health, so it's not like the biggest deal that it hits for 1,000 relatively quickly. Also, I have just crippled his build with lethargy. He is at a 10-second jellyfish, 7-second first Aiden. Absolute bullying. I love it when you have a lethargy fort build come together. It's one of the strongest ways to just enable anything. I would feel so much better if I weren't dead, but at the same time, if I weren't dead, that would imply that I didn't have an Obsidian Kiwas, and I'd be much worse off, so... I guess I'd like to thank my death for saving me, even though it's been a source of constant horrible stress. Also, is Languid Dunes even good? Like, I put it on the fort slows now. Cool. Does that actually tangibly matter? I'm gonna enchant Languid Dunes. Like, it's not incredible, but it seems ridiculous not to do this, right? Slow 1 for 4 twice, it's just kind of a big effect. I need to make a bit of room for more chocolate bars. Looks like that's the end of VIP pass then. I could also go items. There's probably a property on average at JJ. Well, yeah, but I mean, Ledger is roughly equal to a property. I need to hit 2. I don't have that much money to buy properties with anyway, which is part of the decision process. So, sure, VIP passes out. And we'll go pick up our chocolate bars again. I'm fairly confident that we crush Frost Street Champion. I would be very surprised if I don't. Also, he got promoted. He's a diamond enemy now. He's worth an additional experience, and I love to see it. Yeah, this is just gonna kill him. I have 19,000 health. I forgot to even put the belt in. I mean, honestly, that's just min-maxing. Putting the belt in is a waste of time. It just makes the run take longer. Yeah, I take Blizzard every single day of the week here, don't I? That would be a very nice pickup. It's not bad. With Lethargy, that should even multicast, shouldn't it? Yes. So it's really not bad. Still don't think it's good enough. 21 gold, you say? Think I can burn through that buying late game properties really quickly. Alright, Kina, let's see what we're doing.
Come with no weapons, leave with big...
Unfortunately, I don't believe this shipment is capable of containing properties. It will sell for 12 gold, so I spend 12 gold to sell 4 items, which is not great, really. Like, I will buy the safe. It's the same thing for 4 gold. Actually, for 2 gold. And I'm gonna roll here. Hey, 2 properties. You love that. Sell these. And I'm gonna flip both of them. That is a lot more value on the Kiwas. I think I want this to deal at least 3,000 damage to feel safe on day 16. Not gonna flip that. I don't think pushing Ledger that hard is worth it when properties are disproportionately more valuable. Gonna go Pearl again. There's a lot of things I can hit here that I would like. It's also just a good economy event. Yeah, these are really not it, though. Bit late for a knee brace at this point. Can't imagine a use for any of that. A second Frost Potion. I mean, it's honestly not clearly bad. I think the belt's better than 2 Frost Potions. Like, if this were a Diamond Frost Potion, maybe we'd be cooking, but we're not cooking right now. No, just... nope, tech item only. Just no to all of that. Come on, we can do better. Give me a property or something very valuable. Shield equal to the value of adjacent items is not terrible, but it's much worse than belt. I'm getting to the point where I just want to, like, take something and get out. I forgot to use stained glass window. That part's probably pretty suboptimal. 20% cooldown reduction isn't even really good. Like, it is, but it's kind of minor. I am going to take the stained glass window, but I'm wondering if I should just sell this one instead, because again, I'm probably running the belt instead. No, I want to use this. I'm upgrading stained glass window to diamond. Obviously, forgetting my stained glass window in the previous fight was very bad. I hope I haven't forgotten it in other fights. I don't recall how long I've had it. So I have 20.8k health, or I could have 36k health, which are very different. And I am up against a pig, which is very, very scary. But lowering the cooldown on this is a big deal. The value scaling is a big deal. 20k health is a lot easier to kill than 36k though. It feels so cowardly. Like 10 value is such a huge amount. I have to win on day 16, man. I can't be cowardly here. I have to win later. Okay, Bambling Fool. Let's see what you've got. They got 5 wins, so they were losing later than I was. Like, I have had a later win rate. I'm presumably stronger now. He has Blizzard, which is great for me. Thick-Hide is always scary. Obsidian multicast lemonade stand. Thank God I have 20,000 health. That's all I had to say about this. Holy shit, that's scary. Almost killed him, but now we get to, like, go through this hassle. Oh, wow, I might just lose. That's so much slow, because every time he heals, he does it. Yeah, I'm just dead. That's fucking crazy. Self-griefed his own build with Blizzard, and I'm still dead. Ah, man. What can you do? It's just such a broken item. It's just such a broken item in its current state. It's not like I'd have won that if I had done anything differently, right? If I'd run belt, I'd have still been dead. Just anytime you do anything slow, so I'm permanently slowed. I never really get to trigger a second time. Did I actually kill him on the first volley, or did he just heal through it? I didn't stand a chance here. Obsidian Lemonade Stand is just so fucked up. I don't think I saw a Lemonade Stand this run, and I went all in on some very good stuff very early. I don't know if I killed him. I don't think I did. Yeah, he should have had more health than that if I killed him. There was no way for me to beat this fight. He's just a stronger pig than I am. Oh, he actually probably survived it because of hard shell, right? It's hard for me to tell exactly what happened because so much shit happens right as the kiosk goes off the first time. What's this thing's crit chance, by the way? 77. It might have been scaling up over time from something. But this is, in a nutshell, why I don't enjoy playing pig. I'm kind of just playing the lottery. He doesn't haste everything, so I don't even kill him the first time. And I feel like I was right to put this in because, as I've evidenced, I'm just not dealing enough damage right now. Like, I'm so far from the damage I need to kill somebody on day 16. Absolutely fucking wild how strong the Lemonade Stand is, man. Why is it designed like this? He has 6,300 regen, by the way. It's not the 4,000 lifesteal damage that keeps him alive here. Oh, man. I don't want to upload Lemonade Stand games. I'm just going to wait for that to get hotfixed. And I am going to go ahead and upload the rare lost video to show off why I still very much don't like the way Pig plays. I feel... Stained glass window doesn't even get to be in the final screen. Got destroyed out of the record. But yeah, I feel like when I'm playing Pig, I don't think there's an argument that like going for luxury kiosk and golden pawn shop was weak here. I think what I'm doing is very strong, and I'm going out with 6 wins after spending an hour and a half playing the run. I spend more time going all in on something that is less determined by my own input. Like, this could just as easily have been a Lemonade Stand run, but that's not how playing Pig works. I'm not like piloting towards Lemonade Stand and going towards Lemonade Stand shops. You can do that, but if you do that, you're so much more likely to die. You just have to kind of go all... Maybe I'm wrong about that, but to me, it feels like I have to go all in on the first thing that's a real chance of going all in and own it. And then I have to get lucky in the late game lottery because other pigs can just do the same thing but better. It seems to me that so many of the people telling me Pig is good are looking at survivorship bias on the pigs that actually get to day 12. It's like, yeah, they're fucked up. They're crazy. Every late game pig is a nightmare, but every early game pig run looks so much like this. Like, how many fights did I have where I died to weapons with Robe on board and I died to poison and burn with Oinkment on board, right? And then the end game, it's not like I'm making super complicated decisions. I'm just going to shops, scaling the stuff that I have. And this isn't even remotely weak. Like, this killing 6 wins is kind of crazy. But the problem is that, like, if you have to win on day 16, you're just not allowed to hit crazy broken shit. And on patch day, unfortunately, there are some things that are going to be hotfixed in the next 2 days involving lemonade stands. So, yeah, not playing lemonade stand basically means that I cannot feel good about playing Pig right now. And as I still have finals to do, last one is later today, I'm not going to worry about recording another run. I'm going to put this live as a showcase of exactly why I haven't been enjoying Pig. It's not that the game is unfun when I play Pig, it is. It's just that I don't feel like whether or not I go 10 wins is correlated to my own input. It's correlated to opponent RNG, and that feels terrible. I know I can get 10 wins with Pig. Despite the fact that I've been doing terribly on Pig recently, I know that Pig can go 10 wins and he's not unplayable, but the way that he is good feels so detached from my own input and so up to my opponents, I hate it. I do not enjoy playing Pig, and saying that as someone who was a Pig main for most of the game sucks. But Robe does not make you beat Weapon Vanessa, Oinkment does not make you beat damage over time builds, and a lot of the time you don't get either of them. And then you're playing the late game lottery just like you were playing the early game lottery, where like I have Robe, hopefully I don't fight Mac, or I have Oinkment, hopefully I don't fight Weapon Vanessa. In the late game, it's like, gee, I hope the opposing pigs are either A, not pigs, that would be great, or B, I rolled less than me. And hitting a incredibly powerful lemonade stand build that needs to be hotfixed immediately does not allow you to go 10 wins when you've died once already, because you cannot get a win in the early game to save your life, quite literally. It just feels bad to me, and it's not going to stop feeling bad to me until major changes have happened to Pig. And it's possible that the answer to that is like, this is how they want Pig to feel, and they don't want to do those changes. But if that's the case, I'm probably just not gonna upload Pig footage on this channel, because like, it sucks to think about. Like, with every other character, it's like you can have a couple of bad late game opponents and still win on day 13. But on Pig, it's like, no, you can have one bad late game opponent and then you lose. The complete lack of room for error in a game as random and volatile as this feels very, very bad to me, and I don't think anything's gonna change that. Not anything minor is what I should say. The Pig needs sweeping changes to how his cards work for his early game to feel consistent and for his late game to not be like this. Anyways, I've been going on for too long about my gripes with the way Pig plays, so I'll call it for now. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.